The Rodium still. Sorry, Hynra. Let's go.
Alright, so in today's build, it's going to be focused around the newly reworked Devil's Ruin paired with the Young Avant-Garde Spine to chain ignitions and cycle your abilities. This is not a refined build, but anyways, starting with the subclass, the most important one that you want to have is obviously you need to have trip mines for Young Avant-Garde Spine, and then I also have the Proxy Knife with Gambler's Dodge. The most important part about this build is the Gunpowder Gamble, and the fragments as well. So fragments, I'm going to explain to you one by one. Ember of Searing allows me to create Fire Sprite from defeating scorched targets. I have Ember of Char, which allows my ignition to spread Scorch. I have Ember of Eruption to make my Scorch a lot bigger. I have Ember of Mercy, so I can get a little bit of healing after picking up Fire Sprites. And I also have the Ember of Ashes to apply more Scorch. But yeah, moving on, I do want to talk about Devil's Ruin because it is a sidearm and I'm using an MNK. Compared to other weapons, it is a little bit harder to use, so you don't want to engage in fights that is fair for the opponent. Let's take a look at this as an example. This is a choke point and this is a control point inside a PvP. If I see someone on radar behind this thing, I want to predict that they're going to slide this. I'm going to throw a proxy nade, and then the moment they slide, they have their health cut in half and I can finish them off with my sidearm. Same principle applies to my chip mine, and same principle applies to the Gunpowder Gamble if I have one. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the Devil's Ruin. If you get a kill inside of PvP, it'll drop a Fire Sprite and it will progress your Gunpowder Gamble on the left side here. Inside of PvE, it only counts as 1, but inside of PvP, it counts as 2. And basically what you can do, hold your reload button to activate the laser mode. And basically the laser mode deals a lot more damage, it feels like. And it can apply Scorch now. And the Scorch amount is actually a lot, to the point where you can ignite targets, as you can tell from the clips. So take a look at this. And if you kill them with Ignition, you get your Gunpowder Gamble. And your Gunpowder Gamble can apply even more Scorch, so if the initial Ignition applies any Scorch to surrounding targets inside of PvP, you can use the Gunpowder Gamble to ignite them for an additional time, potentially creating a chain reaction. That I recommend here is at least 70 melee, at least 70 class. I have a high grenade stat because it not only buffs the Young Avant-Garde Spine Trip Mine Grenades damage, it also buffs the damage for your Gunpowder Gamble. And another cool thing about Gunpowder Gamble is that if you damage any enemies using the Gamble itself, it counts as an ability, so you refund your Trip Mine Grenade's energy. Anyways, I think that's about it for the build, and the dim link will be down in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.